Myself, Carol. You might be wondering what am I doing here during a Sunday school class? Well, me and my group of friends, Ernest, Sharon, Vanessa and Sonia are here to tell you about the apparitions of Mother Mary. Well, what is apparitions? Apparition is an unexpected appearance of something or someone. We all know Mother Mary has appeared in various places to adults as well as to children. So, me and my group are here to tell you about 5 apparitions of Mother Mary and some very interesting facts about the Rosary that even you might be not knowing. So, why are we waiting for? Let's begin.
Our Lady of Flowers.
Hi children, my name is Sonia. As we are today discussing about the apparition of Mother Mary, let us discuss about the apparition that took place in France in a village called Etienne. Our Lady of Flowers. Our Lady of Flowers, also called as Our Lady of Refuge of Sinners. This story is about Benoit Tranquille. She was a poor shepherd living in the French Alps. This incident took place between 1664 and 1718. Virgin Mother Mary appeared to her throughout her life. Such a blessing. Let's look at this amazing story.
Benedicta was born on September 16, 1647 in the French Alps. One day in May of 1664, she was caring for the animals of her neighbor and praying the rosary when she saw a dazzling lady standing on a rock holding a beautiful child in her arms. For 4 months, the lady appeared to Benedicta every day, talking to her and preparing her for her future mission. During the winter of 1664 to 1665, Benedicta went up to Laos frequently, each time receiving a vision of the Blessed Mother, who told her to pray continuously for sinners. Mary revealed herself in Laos as the reconciler and refuge of sinners, whom she encouraged to receive the sacrament of penance. Mary asked Benedicta to admonish women and girls about living lives of scandal, especially those who commit abortion, the unjust wealthy, and the perverse. She also encouraged priests and religious to be faithful to their vows. Benedicta died in 1718. Today, some 120,000 visit the shrine of Our Lady of Laos each year.
Also, did you know? Our Lady of Flowers is the first Marian apparition of Our Lady to be approved by the Church in the 21st century.
The Rosary is a chaplet of 59 beads, and in the past they used to use cedar wood and olive kernels to make the Rosary beads. So the Rosary is made in various sizes and colors and different materials. They come in silver, gold, corals, crystals and pearls as well.
Hello children, have you seen this picture of Mother Mary before? Look at her dressed in gold with a crown. Doesn't she look like a queen? And also look at her Prince Jesus in her arms. You know children, in Tamil Nadu there is a church erected in her honor. It is called as Our Lady of Good Health or Velankani Mada. Would you like to know why this church was erected? It has an interesting story behind it. I would like to tell you if you would like to hear. 400 years ago, a shepherd boy from a small village called Velankani used to carry milk every day to a rich man's house in Nagapatnam, which was 10 kilometers away. One hot summer day, the boy was tired and stopped near a pond for a drink. He rested under the banyan tree and fell into deep sleep. When he woke up, he was amazed to see a beautiful lady standing in front of him. In her arm was a charming child of divine appearance. The lady greeted with a motherly smile and asked for some milk for the child. The boy joyfully offered the milk. After feeding her child, the lady handed over the pot and blessed him for his help. With a deep satisfaction, the boy continued his journey with half-emptied milk pot. When he reached the house of the rich man, he begged pardon for unusual delay and shortage of milk. The boy narrated the rich man the apparition of Our Lady. When he opened the pot, it was overflowing with milk. This miraculous event was spread like wildfire, and the pond was named Madakulam, which means Mother's Pond. Few years later, Velankani was blessed with another apparition of our Blessed Mother, but this time to a poor lame boy. This boy used to live with his mother, who was a poor widow. Every day she would carry her lame son and leave him under a banyan tree with a pot of buttermilk. The boy used to sell buttermilk to the thirsty travelers. One hot day, the boy was waiting for the customers but was disappointed when no one turned up. Suddenly, a beautiful lady stood in front of him, holding a child in her arms. With a motherly smile, she asked for some buttermilk for her child. The boy immediately offered her a cup and looked with deep satisfaction as she fed her child. The lady thanked the boy and requested him for another favor. She asked the boy to go to Nagapatnam and tell the people about the apparition. She also wanted them to build a church to commemorate the apparition. The boy willingly agreed to give the message. Since the boy was lame, he used to wait for his mother to take him there. But the lady told him to stand, and when he did so, he had been miraculously healed with his disability. He ran to Nagapatnam to narrate the apparition to the gentleman, and the gentleman also quickly believed, as he himself had a vision of Mother Mary asking him to build a chapel in her honor. With the willing cooperation of the people over there, they built a chapel and named as Arokya Mada, which means Our Lady of Good Health. Few years later, some Portuguese sailors were sailing from Macau in China to Colombo in Sri Lanka through Bay of Bengal. Suddenly, the ship got into a violent storm. The sailors were terrified. As the helpless sailors fell on their knees and prayed to our Mother Mary, the star of the sea, for their rescue. They vowed to build a church in her honor. Their sincere prayers were instantly heard, as suddenly the storm subsided and the ship was pushed to safety to the shores of Velankani. On landing, the sailors fell on their knees and thanked God for saving their life through Blessed Virgin Mary. So they transformed the existing mud chapel into a beautiful stone-built chapel in thanksgiving. Later, whenever their voyage brought them there, they would enhance it, and then they dedicated this chapel to Our Lady on 8th of September to celebrate her feast of Nativity and also to mark the date for their safe landing. The shrine of Velankani attracts millions of visitors a year, especially during the annual 11-day feast. Some pilgrims, instead of using mode of transport, perform walking pilgrimages to it to attend Mass, Navina, flag hosting, and even carry a palki of Mother Mary in her procession. Some pilgrims also shave their heads and crawl on their knees as an offering. People believe that the desire of their hearts will be understood by Mother Mary, and she will intercede to her Son to fulfill them. I would like to share a personal experience of my life. My dad had to undergo a surgery in his neck, and my worried mom prayed to Our Lady of Good Health, Velankani Mada, for successful operation, and my dad was healed, and my mother couldn't thank Mary enough. Since we belong to a town in Tamil Nadu that is Tuticorin, we usually plan a family trip and like to spend some time in her presence. I suggest each one of you to visit the shrine and experience her blessing. Thank you.
Guys, do you know about the World Mission Rosary? It is a rosary in which each decade is identified by different color which is representing different continent. Like the natural woods stand for Europe and the yellow color beads are for Asia, the green color beads are for Africa and the blue color beads are for Oceania and the red ones signify America. Isn't it interesting?
Hi everyone, Vanessa here. Remember, Carol had introduced me earlier? So, I am here to talk to you all on a very interesting topic on how Our Lady appeared to Saint Bernadette. Our Lady appeared to Saint Bernadette 18 times in a village called Lourdes. Saint Bernadette was born on January 7, 1884. She was the first child for her parents. However, due to severe misfortune, her family became very poor. They were forced to live in a single room that forced to be a prison cell. The cell was very small. Despite the poverty, they loved each other very much. On 11 Feb 1858, Bernadette went with her sister and one of her friends to look for some firewood. They wandered around collecting firewoods and reached at foothills. There was a small cave there where the cattle often took rest. So, as they were searching for firewoods, they saw a river. They had to cross the river and go to look for firewoods. As Saint Bernadette had severe illness, Saint Bernadette's friend and sister asked her to not cross the river since the water was very cold. So they crossed the river and asked her to sit there and wait for them until they get the firewoods. So Saint Bernadette sat down and was waiting. As time passed, she heard a stormy noise and was frightened. But then she looked here and there and found everything to be normal. Again, after few minutes, she heard the same stormy noise again. So she started looking here and there, and suddenly near a cave, she could see a bright shining light. She went over there, she stood up. The force of the light was so bright, she couldn't see anything. After that, she saw a beautiful figure. She saw a beautiful figure. She saw a woman who was so beautiful, and it appeared to be Mother Mary. That's how Mother Mary appeared to Saint Bernadette. As soon as Saint Bernadette looked at Mother Mary, she was very happy to see her. She was very happy to see that beautiful figure of Mother Mary. As she saw Mother Mary appear in front of her, she was very happy. She knelt down and she started to pray her rosary. But due to severe illness, she couldn't make the sign of the cross. As soon as Mother Mary appeared in front of her, by the grace of Mother Mary, she could do the sign of the cross. So children, that is how Mother Mary of Lourdes appeared to Saint Bernadette.
Also known as a rosary tree, is grown in Asia, and in the past people used to use its fruits which had natural holes and were very brittle, so they used those as the beads for the rosary. So that tree is also known as a rosary tree.
A mother's love is unlike any other love. Our mother is our first friend and our best friend. She cares for us dearly with no expectation of rewards. She tends to us when we are sick. She moves mountains to provide for us. Mother Mary watches over all of us, cares for us, and is with us every step of the way. She is our guiding star who leads us on the path of faithfulness, prayer, and holiness. Our Lady is known for many miracles. I will be telling you about the miracle of Our Lady of Fatima. We celebrate the feast of Our Lady of Fatima on 13th of May every year. How do we come to celebrate this day? There is a very interesting story of three children to whom Mother Mary appeared. These three children came from the town of Fatima in Portugal. Their names were Lucia, Francesco, and Jacinta. One day, when they were on their way back home from tending their flock of sheep, they saw a flash of light in the sky. They were amazed and frightened by it at the same time. With wonder in her eyes, Lucia looked up to the sky, and there she saw a lady clothed in white, gleaming like the bright star. She told them to come to the same place at the same hour on the 13th day of every month for the next 6 months. Let us watch a small video which shows us what happened on that day.
What are you looking at? What's the matter? What was it? What did you see? Look. Over there. I don't see anything.
Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. Come here to me, won't you? Come closer. There, that's better. You're not frightened now, are you?
No. Where does your excellency come from?
I am from heaven.
Who are you talking to, Lucia? A lady. I don't see her. Where is she? Here, on the little tree. Don't you hear her? No.
Tell him to say the rosary. Then he will see me.
She says to say the rosary, Francisco. What is it you want of me?
I come to ask you to come here for 6 months in succession, on the 13th day at the same hour. Then I will tell you who I am and what I want.
Shall I go to heaven?
Yes, you will.
And Jacinta?
Also,
And Francisco?
yes, but he will have to say many rosaries.
Lucia! I can see her now. I see her plain.
Do you wish to offer yourself to God, to endure all the suffering he may please to send you, to help atone for the sins by which he is offended, and to ask for the conversion of sinners?
Shall we? Yes, we do. Yes, my lady.
Then you will have much to suffer, but the grace of God will be your comfort.
My God, my God. I love you in the most blessed sacrament.
Say the rosary every day to obtain peace for the world and to end the war.
The beautiful lady is gone. But she'll come back. She said so. Didn't she, Lucia? Don't talk. It's too wonderful.
It is May 13th, 1917, and the principal protagonists are three children: Lucia de Jesus, who later enters religious life at the Carmel of St. Theresa in Coimbra, and Francesco and Jacinta Marto. Three young shepherds are grazing their flock in Cova de Iria, now part of the Diocese of Leiria Fatima. Around noon, the three children see a great light, and thinking it is a flash of lightning, decide to leave. But soon after, another light comes and illuminates the area around them. Here, where there is only a small oak, where later the little chapel of the apparitions will stand, appears a lady brighter than the sun, holding in her hands a white rosary. The lady told the 3 shepherd children that they must pray much and asked them to return to the Cova de Iria for 6 consecutive months, at the same time on the 13th of each month. At her last appearance, October 13th, nearly 70,000 people are on the scene, and the lady reveals her name, Our Lady of the Rosary. The Virgin requested that, on the very place where she appeared, a chapel be built in her honor. After the appearance, all present witnessed the miracle promised earlier to the 3 children. The sun, like a silver disc that could be observed without any difficulty, begins to turn on itself like a ball of fire and seems to rush to the ground.
The 3 secrets have been revealed through the message given to the children by Our Lady of Fatima and have been summarized by Sister Lucia in her book titled Fatima in Lucia's Own Words.
Prayers for sleep and comfort. Prayer of thanks for the day to Mother Mary. Night has fallen on this day. I am grateful for your love, dear Mary, Mother of Mercy, Beauty of the world, Queen of life, Holy Mother of God, Immaculate and pure. I have been in your care all day. As baby Jesus was in your loving arms, by your grace and intercession with your Son, my life is rich with the abundance of God. I give thanks for all that your grace through Jesus Christ has given to me this day. Help me rejoice and rest in this night. I have faith in your intercession, and I pray your grace keeps me and all my loved ones safe. May I be free of tension and worry. May I release to you all my thoughts and cares, and as I give thanks, help me to obtain the boundless peace of Jesus. I rest my whole body in your care. Help me attain restful joy and surrender, dear Mother of God. Guide me to the heavenly peace of your Son, our Lord. I am at peace with my soul through the grace of your purity. Please pray to God for me.